well down here. She has passed, so now we got, what's the guy named? King Charles. But, you know, we had some guys from here that started, they went out and searched, they did some investigations individually, and they decided, man, we need to go independent. So they applied to England. England says, give us some time, we'll think about it. It took them a year to think about it, but when they finished thinking, they say, okay, you guys are good to go. So we got independence. Now, the only thing we want from you is we want to remain a part of the colony, and we want your higher courts to stay with us. So it's okay, we let the higher courts stay, but we got locals from the mainland here that's controlling those courts in London, okay? Like one of the guys that were instrumental, that guy over there on the bus, okay? He became one of the island's #1 governor for the East Bahamas Islands. And the other little guy was Lyndon Pending, that's the name of our airport. Well, this guy is also situated on the Bahamian $1 bill. Now, all of this happened in 1967 when we got it. So the election was called after they threw the mace out in the hourglass. He won the elections. Our elections are held once every 5 years down here. So this guy won from 67 to 2002. So he became the longest serving prime minister for the Bahamas.
Middle one's our
Now that guy has passed already, but his wife she still lives along here. That guy was about 5'5", and that woman was about 6 foot tall. Yeah, but she's still around. She became a governor later down in history too. Okay, now the money is here. You find guys like him, guys like the governor, first governor, and all those guys on the monies. But it's on par with the U.S. dollar.
We're in the Bahamas.
Ooh,
they got a pirate ship. Dad.
Okay, you don't have to change anything. Only thing you have to do is just purchase what you
didn't
like.
record it. Dang it.
So, guys, we got a 10% tax. Let me tell you that part. 10% tax, 10% on everything that is purchased or that is sold. And what else I need to tell you? Oh, yeah, we got minimum wage for $210 a week. Minimum wage 210, and we're going to this place coming up in front of me, saying that I'm the one finding the places to take you, taking you to the rum cake factory. How about that?
Yeah.
All right. Now these guys do 11 different flavors of rum cakes. You're gonna get free samples, and on purchase of 4 little boxes, you're entitled to taste the island's #1 rum. A shot of it. That is the Ricardo coconut rum. Yeah, that's the one. So guess what, guys? Free samples and coconut rum on 4 boxes, and they've got drinks available, whatever you got around here. Looking for some good food, you might get lucky with good food around here too. Okay? This is also a restaurant and a bar. So you know we cook some of that good old stuff down here. But guess what, guys? Check it out. Great 2-story building, ground floor. In front is the rum cake factory. Let's go and do this. Let's give it a shot. We ain't running no time. You guys on island time, so let's do it.
We don't have the bill.
92 they started. They were completed in 1997. There's a total of 5 towers, okay? But they're situated on another little island. That little island is known as Paradise Island, guys. Now it is known as Paradise. Prior to now, it was known as Hog Island. Okay? So we're gonna go over there and see what's going on over there, man.
All right.
Let's go see what's going on. That little island is only connected to the mainland by 2 bridges, guys. You know, the good part about it is the only one we got in the Bahamas that you're able to drive to by way of vehicle. Everything else you gotta fly in or you gotta sail in. This bridge, this island was connected in 1967 to the mainland. And we had some stuff going on, we had to connect. But I know you guys don't know this guy here. I'm sure you don't know him. You know about him? Yeah. You guys know about that guy?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know he was born and raised in the Bahamas? And he passed in the Bahamas about a year ago. This bridge here was built in honor of this guy, okay? And he was also knighted by the Queen back in his early days. This year, only sand soccer stadium we got on the island. We play soccer in the sand now. The national sport is cricket, but soccer, we started up and we're venturing out and we're looking pretty good with it. Now this bridge will take you 90 feet above sea level,
It's
guys.
Hogwarts.
Get your cameras out. Get your cameras out.
It's Hogwarts.
Take some pictures now. Capture them now. Show them later. The resorts you're gonna see on the other side, those are portions of the Atlantis Towers. Okay? Two end ones are known as the Reef and the Cove. The one very end, Reef timeshare. The middle, Cove. That's where the lion, the sea lion, and the dolphins live. Large one, Royal Towers. The very run with that bridge you see connecting, that bridge, Michael Jackson Suite. $25,000 a night. Oh, that's pocket change. I hear you say. I heard somebody call it pocket change, but it's $25,000 a night, and you're gonna wait till it's your turn to get into the suite because it's always booked. You know, we've got a lot of mega stars that live and comes to the island. So those guys, they take over that suite. And that's where the aquarium's located. You got more than 3,500 mammals from the ocean. That's where you get all of the little rivers, little pools, little slides, 5 miles of beaches. You've got restaurants, bars, nightclubs, you name it. Everything's involved at the Royal Tower. That would be kind of like the most popular tower for the Atlantis. Okay? And straight ahead, where you see that flag is half-mast, that is the Coral Tower. That is another one of the Atlantis properties along with the one immediately beside it. Now, those two here, those two were only refurbished. Why? They were on the island prior to the Atlantis new resort. The whole island itself, before the Atlantis, you had other local resorts, Club Mediterranean, Holiday Inn, all of those guys were here. But you know, after the Atlantis got their side of the show, they renovated, they knocked everything down, put up their 3 towers, and they purchased these two. The island itself was controlled by Donald Trump and Merv Griffin. Okay? Yeah, those guys at the island for themselves. On the other end was Merv Griffin Air. That is also gone now. Where that was located, it is now a mega golf course with homes for mega stars here in the Bahamas. Okay? And this changed back in '97 because those guys got their monies, they made their monies, they pulled out because, you know, Donald Trump was the mega shareholder for the island. Okay? Merv Griffin only was a partner, but the money was really his monies. Okay? So when they left, this is what happened here. Everything changed, okay? And the guy that was responsible, wow, where's that lady? She's sleeping on the job again. I don't know, guys. Doesn't look good. That line over there doesn't look good. Come on, girl, where are you? Where is she? There you go. Stop sleeping.
She was.
Welcome to Paradise Island, guys. 1.1 square mile, okay? Walkable, safe, you name it. The guy responsible for the Atlantis building was a guy from South Africa. His name was Saul Kirstner. He's no longer around. He has passed. Property has been sold, so now it is controlled by a Canadian company known as the Brookfields Group of Companies. Okay? This property itself, like I said, name was Hog Island. Why? It was Hog Island. It was basically animals involved and all kinds of stuff. The natives from the mainland, the only way they had to get to the island were by little boats. Okay? So when they came over, what they would have done was, you know, bring the big shooter, because you're going to shoot a wild hog, or you're going to get some iguanas, and you take a meal back on the other side. But it's all done by way of boat. Until some guys called pirates decide they want to take over the island. That's when England got the story on them. So once England got the story on them, they came to the island. That's how the lighthouses, forts, water towers, and all that stuff. Because those guys came to the island to keep the island safe from the pirates. Now, within the transition, the island was sold to a British guy, and he in turn brought in a guy from Palm Beach, Florida. This guy was one Mr. John Bolt. John Bolt decided to have him design the island, do the architectural work. And after the works was done, the island's name was changed to Paradise Island. Now the Atlantis is going to cost you nothing short of about $500 and up. Okay? So if you can't afford that portion, you see this property to my right here. You can do it for about 200, maximum 250 a night. And you have all access to the Atlantis properties. That is known as the comfort suite. Okay? So once you book reservations there, you can just walk on in. Go to the beach, go to the casinos, go to the aquarium, whatever you want to do. And then afterwards, you can sleep over here at the comfort suite. Alright? So this is the Coral Towers, guys. And you guys gotta get lucky. You're gonna get pretty much lucky here, guys, because you're gonna get a little access to the hotel. We're gonna do it for about 30 minutes, okay? I'll put you guys on the inside, and then you guys can go and check out some stuff. And when you're done, right back here in 30 minutes, I'll be right here waiting for you, okay?
All right.
What? No.
You have to go potty?
No.
Do you have to go to the bathroom?
No.
My notes a little bit, and we're just putting it.
I'll be back when we get on the bus.
like that. Okay, so you still would be able to get it. The cruise ships say no fish fry, but we're gonna bring the fish fry to you. Okay? Welcome to New Providence. Back in the early day, the island itself, when we were under attack by pirates, the island was then controlled by England. England sent soldiers here, they built forts, lighthouses. You see all the stone on both sides of the street? This is limestone. This is what all of the islands in the Bahamas are made of. You know, they all develop and they all rise from the ocean. And they're large, enough to be landscape and inhabited. That's when the people move into the island. So that's what they used to build forts, lighthouses, water towers, and all that stuff. And they were able to keep the island safe. Okay? But the guy responsible for watching over and making sure that these guys did what they came here to do was King Charles. So the island was at one point known as Charlestown. Now the homes that were built during the time when those guys were here were similar to these right here. Okay, to these on the other side, that's the homes. But well, some of the expats used to live in homes like these here. Okay, but you know, for us, the natives, we've had a lot of rough experiences when it comes to hurricanes. So we had to change that building code. We built with the rebar steel, the center blocks and concrete now. Okay, those guys, they started out like that, so hurricane wasn't a thing for them. They also started the churches here in the Bahamas. Okay, if you look, you can see it's pretty old, right? You see all the cemeteries in the property. Most of the land at the rear was land acquired from Queen Elizabeth. That is known as Crown Land. We got an old property coming up on the right, guys. This property is the oldest Anglican church for the island coming up. Okay, this church started in 1802. Oh yeah, take a look at it. Here it is, St. Matthew's Anglican Church. Okay, got a lot of folks in here being arrested from the late 1800th century, some later. Okay, and it's all limestone. Okay, the oldest in the city area of Nassau. Okay, now most of these stones here, you see how old they are. They've been here for a long time. Most of the guys resting are natives. Okay, we had a lot of natives from the island went to fight in World War I and II back in the day. It wasn't mandatory for them, but those guys volunteered and they went and they did it, and many of them were shipped back home. Like we had a lot of natives from the island went to do farming and fishing in the U.S. Okay, started families and they never came back home. They've got kids, they got everything. So we got a widespread name from between natives and the U.S. You can find our names all over the world. Okay, but it's an old area around here. It's all pretty old, all pretty historic around here. Okay, so minimum wage I told you is $210, right? Well, guys, let me show you some other stuff. See this here? Nothing on this property to my left is valued less than $15,000. Everything is $15,000 and above. Okay, but guess what? The minimum wage is $210, and we got cars, you know. We'll show you the cars that we get. Take a look at some of these. Like right on the side of me. See this little car on the side of me here? This little white car? We can purchase that and land that here on the island for about $3,000. Okay? We go on the Be Forward network, the JapaneseVehicle.com. It's going to take you 2 months to get here, but you can purchase and land that vehicle here for about $3,000. Okay? So that $210, we know how to chop it up and make it work for us. And we eat at the same time, and we're paying rents or paying mortgages at the same time. Little coconut, little landscaping, little fishing. You can make it happen. Living in the Bahamas is pretty easy. It's not hard as it looks. Okay? It's not as hard as it looks. You only have to be a native and get rid of that big time lifestyle. Get rid of the calamari and all of the steak and onions. Let's start eating coconuts and stuff like that. Some fruit. I think it'll be alright. This property here, 1955. It's a private hospital. The original owner has passed. It's been sold to some local doctors. Names changed. The name is now the Doctor's Hospital. Your visit here is basically $1,500 to start you off, and you're gonna need some insurance. Okay? You're gonna need some insurance. Best services you want. Walk-in and everything. The property is Collins Avenue. Collins is one British governor. He used to be a football player also. This guy owned all of this property back in the day. Okay? These guys left the island. The property itself is controlled by the government. It's got one house on board this property here. That's the house way up in the back there. And the government now, with the forts, the lighthouses, water towers, that is now the guys that take care of all of those properties. Okay? So we've got local radio station, television station. Before independence, no television, no radio stations, okay? No welfare services, no marine forces, okay? And our marine force, when I say marine force, I'm talking about guys watching the ocean, keeping the lobsters safe, keeping the migrants out of the island, okay? This property started in 1952, then known as Bahamas General Hospital. In 56, the name was changed to Princess Margaret Hospital because that lady celebrated her birthday on the island. Now listen to this part, the price is here, all your services here, it's only $10.
What?
Yeah, $10 and you're good to go here. And the rest, you don't need no insurance. If you're a kid in school, you don't even need a dime. If you're above the age of 16, you don't need a dime again. Okay? Employed by the government, oh, you're suitable here. But what you're gonna need is some time because this is the locals hospital. Okay? This is the locals hospital. And everybody comes here basically because job ratio, not too many people are employed on the island. And not many people have that kind of money to go to private doctors. But if you can wait, depending on your condition, you can be served and get all your services here. Okay? And this street that we're on is Elizabeth Avenue. This is named in honor of Queen Elizabeth. It takes you to a very, very popular area. That area is known as the Queen Staircase. I wonder what these guys doing here, guys. What you thinking here? What do you think going on here? He is the director now, guys. He's ground traffic control. Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. He's made to do it again. Anyhow, guys, straight ahead of us. This is the Queen Staircase. Now it's my turn. We gotta shut the road up. Queen Staircase, 66 steps, one buried beneath the ground, leaving 65, 90 feet in depth. Okay, all done by 600 men back in the day when the island was enslaved. Okay, no backhoe machines, no excavators, no deeders, hammer and chisels. Limestone, 90 feet in depth. I won't take a chance on letting you guys walk up because you might not make it. You might not make it to the top, so guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take you up to the top. See that fort up to the top there? That fort is Fort Fincastle. That was built in 1793. We were under British rules. The governor was the guy called Lord Dunsey. Okay, that fort is known as Fort Fincastle. That's the guy that took care of the side of the island where your cruise ships are now located. Take a look to the right, you just might see your cruise ship on the other side. But those guys took good care of the island. That's why, guys, when it was time for independence, it was only a transition. Nobody pulled no guns, nobody killed nobody, nothing. It was just a transition. Application was filled, application was granted and approved, and everything was everything. To my right, the new home for the United States Embassy here. Okay, these guys are building an embassy on the island. They've got a local one on the island. It's probably one of these blocks now what they got on the island. This one, oh man, I don't know what they're building here, but guys, I don't know. It's pretty big. It's really, really big, and it's got a lot of time involved. This is like 3 years now. On my right again would be the police. This is the Royal Bahamas Police Forces. These guys take care of 700 islands and keys in the Bahamas. Okay, they do the land, the Marine Force does the ocean. These guys started out in the late 1800th century during the time we were under the British, and 17 men controlled the police forces here in the Bahamas. Now we've got about almost 10,000. Okay, but those guys did a good job. You're gonna see what the jailhouse looked like back in the day then, okay? The jailhouse was like one of you guys' 2-story houses. I'm telling you. Over here is the National Treasury. Those are the guys that clear all the taxes for the island and pay all the government's debt. The area is Fort Fincastle. More than 100 years of history around here. Really old, okay? Everything here is generational. It hands down through the family tree if the family returns back home. Other than that, it's gonna really just run down. Government has no authority over it because it belongs to somebody here. But what they would do, just in case they have to do anything to it, they have to go and search and find the person who's responsible for it before they can do anything to it. Now what they could do is clean it up. And whenever you come and you decide that this is where you're going to hold the government for cleaning up the amount of times that they do. Okay? There goes the Queen Staircase coming up on the right. this is the big job for the island. Take a look to my right. Biggest job on the island now, coconuts. Okay, many folks haven't been reemployed, so what? You got coconut trees every day on the island. Only thing you have to do is be able to climb. Once you can climb, you get coconuts and you run this show. Queen staircase here, like I said, 66 steps. You guys are gonna get a chance to check it out. Get your landmark, it's at the end of the water. But we're going up here, this water tower, highest point for the island, 210 feet above sea level. Water tank beneath holding 85,000 gallons of water. That water basically used to supply the city area of Nassau. It's, let's say, Soda Village. We got an old ship-shaped fort up here, this fort. Come on, guys, 1793, this fort was done. These guys were living on board here. They had cannon guns. This building has a tunnel involved. You can walk from the front entrance here, right again. I think it's $3 now. They got a tour guide. He would be able to take you through and show you what's going on here at this fort. Now we're gonna see some cannon guns, guys. These cannon guns are not original. All the original stuff. Let's do it. You think we got this? All right. Yeah, it's rough. Yeah, these cannon guns, guys, not original. The real cannon guns has been shipped out. Okay, they're all gone. But this area here is really much one of the most visited spots for guests that comes to the island. And you see your cruise ships and all of those stuff. They're not nowhere. They're right over here. Okay, you didn't go nowhere. They didn't even take you out of the sight of your cruise ship. See you been over there? Yeah, that's the far as you made. You ain't been too far. The island's pretty small. Okay, so guess what? Let that guy get out of my way. All right, guys. I'll be you got to take about 20, 25 minutes around here. Walk around, check out some stuff, and when you're back, tell me about the prices. Tell me about it. I promise you the prices are gonna be better. Good prices around. You're on my side of town.
Oh, one of those.
You want one of what?
One of those wooden swords.
We'll talk about it.
These guys make the Believe wine. They're gonna give you a sample of the taste of their wines, and then it's the distillery. Okay, so a couple of minutes. It ain't gonna be long. As soon as we get those two ladies on board, we're good to go. But we get rid of all of the traffic, so ain't no more headache. We good now. Woo! Only thing we didn't get rid of is the heat. You guys feeling it? It's hot today. Yeah, it's about 95 degrees on here. Really hot. Really and truly hot. Woo! Drivers on the street, guys. Got some really crazy guys on the road. Driving in the Bahamas, it's a game. You gotta know how to play it. You gotta know how to play it.
My phone's gonna die soon, so the video will end unexpectedly.
Oh yeah, but slash it repeatedly hundreds of times. Even if it's an inch of steering, I think it's good to like get out of your reasons. Yeah, you can get an embassy. It's a lot easier to come over to get your divorce here.
It's another old church here. This is the second oldest church in the city, guys. This is a Baptist hill. 1835 is the year for it. Now these guys here, they were the first set of folks to open doors for natives for the island to be able to worship on the inside of the church. And I told you about the jailhouse, see there?
Yeah.
First jailhouse, 1873. This pink building right here, octagon shape. Okay? Very first jailhouse. Okay, so you know what crime is like on the island. Very low. Monument behind, we celebrate our fallen soldiers, and we've got the court system surrounding the whole area. See this old historical building here with the limestone blocks?
Yeah.
Man, it was one of the early days ports here on the island. That's closed. That's stayed closed for a long time. But guess what? The government does not get rid of history on the islands. Okay? It's real old history, ancient history here. So they don't get rid of it. The whole complex here. It's an old courtyard. Now we started the native bank on the island in 1973 too. Where these folks are standing, we're still doing the COVID-19 protocols. So folks got to stay in line on the outside of the bank. They're not filling the banks up like they used to before. That's why you'd see folks standing on the outside of many of the buildings. Our ratio here with COVID-19 is very, very low. Okay? Very low on the ground. But then we're still doing the protocols here. Okay? We're still doing the protocols. We got a lot of old churches on the island, guys. All of our churches are up and running. And the larger denominational church for the islands would be the Baptists. Okay? The Baptist churches are fully in charge of the islands now. Now you got a White House in Washington, well guess what? We got a pink house in the Bahamas. This here is the governor's mansion. The governor's mansion is being refurbished. The governor's mansion is pretty old. This is the first refurbishment for it. It's been around since 1803. Okay, 1803, never done any repairs. We were under British rules when it was built, and we had British governors, native governors. Everybody served here who were governors. Okay, but now these guys are spending a couple $1 million. They're gonna have it done before the end of the year. The guy on the statue, you guys familiar with him? 1492. Yeah, he said he discovered your islands, guys. He never discovered ours, but he said he discovered many islands around the world. That's Christopher Columbus. Guess what, guys? The guys that were on this island when he came through were the Lucayan Indians. Those were the first settlers for the islands of these Bahamas. Okay? Along with the Lutheran adventurers. Next up, right around here, Great Cliff Chocolate Factory, cigar rolling factory, wine tasting. It's all right here. Okay? All right here. So for your, let me give you a heads up over here. To the right is where you go and get your free wine tasting. Okay? Up ahead, just where this bus is, it's the chocolate factory. Way up ahead of that with the arrow is where you get your cigar rolling. And they've got museum and other stuff around here. Okay? We're gonna do it in about 25 minutes. Okay?
That's gonna be the end of the video. I'll record on the boat later today. Oh, bye.